that? Like, why do people only have to come in front of my window when I'm filming? Like, go away. Hello, beautiful people. I hope you all are doing good. I am really great because I've just been reading a lot. I mean, what else do a reader needs? I have been in a reading slump for the most of this year, and lately I've just been reading like my normal amount, and I was just like, I need you guys to accompany me, and we would just like mood read for a week. I don't know what books I'm gonna pick up, but I'm currently in between two books. So today is, I think, Tuesday, it's 5th of May, and we're gonna do it until like next Tuesday, of course, it's a week. So currently I'm reading two books. It's one is a fantasy and one is a romance, but it's like the perfect stack. If you read a fantasy, you have to read a romance together. If you are a person that can read more than one books at a time, I've heard that some people do exist that only read like one book at a time, and I don't know how you do that. Like, what if you're not in the mood of the book you're reading and you have to like pick up a different genre? Is it necessary to finish the first one to move on to the next? No, you can always read them together. Anyways, so the first, okay, calm down. So the first book that I'm reading is Defy Me by, I'm not going to pronounce her name again. It's probably like fifth or sixth book in the Shatter Me series, and I love the series. I'm loving this book. I am literally how many pages? 320 pages in, so this much is left. I'm literally gonna sit here and complete this, and I don't know what I'm gonna pick up after that. But the second book that I am in between is Powerless by Elsie Silver. So this is basically a cowboy romance series, but this particular book is not about a cowboy. I don't know. He's probably like a NFL player or something, and the girl is, I don't know. I don't know what the girl does. She basically just does nothing. I don't know. She's just like, maybe she's on a vacation and she's enjoying life, and she met the guy there. If you want to know my thoughts on this book, I can give you some if you want it. Okay, I'm gonna give you. So, I love the male main character in this book. I genuinely am not a romance book girly. Like, I don't usually read romances, but lately I've been loving them because the book that was before this book in the series was Heartless, and I loved that book. I gave that book like a 4.5 stars, and it was unexpected because I DNF'd the first book in this series. So this series is just a roller coaster for me because I DNF'd the first one and I loved the second one, and this is the third one, and I'm like 50-50 onto it. The female main character in this book, I don't know if I like her. Like, I don't dislike her, but I don't like her either. So I don't know what is going on. I basically think that the female main character in this book does not have a personality. Like, I don't know like what is her personality. In this book, we are reading about Jasper and Sloane. So basically, Sloane was having this wedding, and then they called it off. Like, basically, she ran from the wedding with Jasper. He saved her from the wedding. And Jasper, he is an NFL player. His parents died. I don't know if they died or like they're alive, but like he doesn't have parents. He was adopted by this family. And yeah, they're just having fun right now. I'm loving the part where like Jasper talks about himself and his feelings because he is a man with trauma and he deals with anxiety. And so I love reading about him. But I don't know about Sloane. I don't know about that girl, but I hope I don't DNF this book. I am on page 250, and this is probably like a 450 page book. So I'm close to halfway, or probably like halfway. So let's see how this goes. I'm actually loving this one. I do think I'm going to give this book a 5 stars. I don't know. Maybe like I'm foreshadowing it. Only this much is left. Let's read. as you guys saw, I just finished this book, and I am going to stick to my rating that I told you earlier. I am going to give this book a 5 stars. It's so sweet, it's so good, it's so fun, and it's so entertaining. I love the series so much, and yeah, I love this book. So I will see you guys when I am reading. Hi guys, it's the next day. I hope you can hear me because
It's a bit windy up here. It is a bit windy.
so I did finish Defy Me yesterday. I think I updated you guys about that. And the other book that I was reading, it was Powerless by Elsie Silver. I also did finish this yesterday. Let's just say I did not like this book. I literally I was halfway through it and I audiobooked half of it while I was making dinner last night. So, and I did it on 2x. So I was not at all interested. I just wanted to finish it because I was already halfway. So I didn't want to DNF it because I already DNF'd the first book in the series. So I was just let me just finish this. And I did. And I do regret that because I just wasted my time. I gave this book a 2.5 stars. I could, I really wanted to give this book a 2 stars, but then I really liked the male main character. So I was just okay, 2.5 stars is okay. I did not give this book a 3 stars because 3 is when I would recommend a book and I really enjoyed it, but didn't, love it. I don't think I enjoyed this book that much. So I think I would give this book a 2.5 stars. So, moving ahead, today I picked up 2 books. These are the 2 books that I picked, and I'm literally I've made the same progress in both of them. First off, I have ACOTAR. Now, you might be thinking that you've already read ACOTAR, so why are you reading it again? I don't know. I just miss these characters. And lately I have just been seeing a lot of reels and fan edits and fan arts that I'm just oh, I miss these characters and I need to read it because I think in Sarah J. Maas's books, you can never read enough. I just think whenever you would reread it, you would always catch something that you didn't catch the first time you read it or the second time you read it. So it's just so interesting to read it again. And let me tell you, I have never ever reread a book. So this is my first time rereading my favorite book and I love this. I love it so much. And I've been annotating because I did not annotate the whole series when I first read it. I just annotated a few quotes in the second book because it was really good. But I don't think I annotated any book, apart from that. And I have been really underlining. I didn't tab it. I have to tab it. I'm writing stuff. I don't know if you can see it, but I've been writing stuff and I've been underlining. It's so fun. I would not tell you a lot about this book because I think I have a whole vlog of me reading this whole series. So if you want my reviews, my thoughts on this, you can watch those other videos. And apart from this book, I also started this book, which is Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid, and I am 32 pages in. I love this book. I think about Taylor Jenkins Reid, it's just a thing that whenever you read the premise of her books, they never excite me. What do you mean this book is about a band and it's split suddenly and you don't know why, but you're going to read about them? And I don't even know this band. I don't even care about this band. Why would I read about it? But I do, and I'm loving it. I really love it. Of course, I love her writing. I've read one book by her till now, which was Atmosphere, which was a new release last year. And this is my second book by her, and I'm loving this. I don't know what she puts in her book that you just cannot get up. You are hooked in, you're interested, even though it doesn't excite you, even though the topic is literally something that you do not care about, but still you would love it, you would enjoy it. So yeah, I'm really loving it. I love the writing. I am just 32 pages in, so I don't know much about the plot, but I've read how this band is forming and what are the members and how they're what are their personalities and what is their role. So it's just the beginning of everything. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it so far. So let's just see how this goes. Okay, hey guys. So I have been reading this book and I'm on page 210, and I think there are only 300-ish pages, and so only 100 pages are left, and I do think I'm going to finish this book today. So, like, before finishing it, I wanted to talk to you guys about my thoughts and stuff because I don't think I've really talked about any of the plot in this book, and I don't know how I feel about this. Like, there is nothing in this book that I'm like, oh my god, this is like the perfect book ever, and I love this book. Like, there's not that factor, like the 5-star factor. I don't think I feel that about this book, but at the same time, I do love reading this book. Like, whenever I'm sitting and reading this book, I'm loving it. I'm not connected to the characters in like a very emotional or like a deep way, but I do care about them. The only reason that I'm not connected to the characters is because there is not one character that you would like throughout the entire book. You cannot just love a character in this book because they're so imperfect and in like a very real and raw way. Like, suppose if you like a character, they would go on and make the stupidest decision ever, and then you'll be frustrated with them, you'll be irritated, but then you also care about them. So it's like very real about how you feel, about people in your real life too. Like, you cannot just meet a person that is perfect. I do expect perfect people in books because, of course, like, it's not real, so at least you can be perfect in books. But I do really like when books does that, like when they design characters that are not so perfect and that are imperfect in a way that they feel real, like you're reading about real people. At one point in this book, I was just like, is this about a real band? Like, was this a real band in like back then? And I googled it, but it was not. It's not, but it just made me feel like that. I was like, is this about like some real people? Because this is getting so real. But I just wanted to say, I really like Daisy's character. Like, she is such a badass. She does what she wants to do, and she wears what she wants, and she doesn't care about opinion of like these men and these people in this industry where of course she has to work hard, but she is just such a baddie and I love her. I think the another main kind of character in this book is also Billy. He is like a part of this band, and I don't really like him. I don't know, like, whenever I try to like him, he just goes on and makes a decision that is like so, oh my god, that is just like so stupid. I'm just like, what the hell? Like, why would you just do that? You're a grown ass man. Why would you make a decision like that? Like, but then you understand it. I'm not anyone to judge here. Like, reading this book, I'm like, I could have done better, but like, when you are in that situation, you don't know what you would do. So I'm not anyone to judge. But yeah, I don't really like Billy's character. Like, sometimes I like him, sometimes I don't. But right now things are really complicated between these people, because when you're in a band, there are gonna be arguments, there are gonna be disagreements and fights, and I don't know where this book is gonna go, because this happened to me with the other book that I read by this author, which was Atmosphere. Throughout that whole book, I was just like, it's a love story and I like the characters, I like reading about them, and I did not have that 5-star feeling. And then by the end of it, I realized that, oh my god, I love this book so much. And I don't know if it would happen with this book or not, because right now I am enjoying these characters, I'm enjoying reading about them, it's entertaining, and you can see I'm also like annotating it because it is really good. Like, the writing is good, the way it's flowing, and it just keeps you hooked, it's interesting. But right now it's just not giving me a 5-star feeling. But you don't always have to chase that 5-star feeling. You just have to enjoy your time, okay? So I am enjoying my time, and I'm really glad that I picked up this book. And also about like the other book that I was reading, Akatar. I am on chapter 7, page 60, and I'm also annotating this book. I only read this book when I really want to. I'm not like reading this book to finish it really early, because of course it's a reread, so I really want to experience things again. So I'm not very determined to finish this book. I'm just reading it whenever I want to, so I'm not so far into it. So yeah, it just stays like here, and whenever I'm like going to bed and whenever I want to read it, I would. But yeah, it's just on the back of everything, okay? I also started one more book. which I started on my Kindle Unlimited app, and that is The Crash by Frida McFadden, because it's a tradition. I always read a Frida McFadden book every month, and I don't think I read a Frida McFadden book last month. I don't know if I read it, but yeah, I really wanted to read a thriller. This is the first Frida McFadden book that I'm feeling a little off about, because I always love her books, and it's not like it's not grabbing my attention. It's just like the story is just not something that is exciting me. I'll tell you more about my thoughts when I'm like more into that book, because I think I'm just 10% into that book, so I can't say much. But yeah, let's see. Okay, guys, so I am on the last part of this book, so it's like this much, probably like 20 pages left, and I genuinely have no idea what the hell is happening. Like, so much is happening in so less time. I am just, I don't know what to think. Like, someone is getting married, someone is dying, someone is pregnant, someone is, I don't know what is happening. Like, someone is going through an abortion, and then somebody's fighting, somebody is in love, and I have no idea like what the fuck am I supposed to feel right now. And I don't know, like sometimes I feel about them, and sometimes I'm like, what the hell is going on? I do not care about you, like just get it over with. Because I do remember, like before this update, I was telling you that this seems very real, and like the real people, it's all gone now. Like, I don't know why the author is doing this. Like, why do we have to just put every single situation, talk about everything in just like a few pages? Like, no, I don't know, I'm not liking it. But then again, I'm feeling things like I have read the most beautiful quotes that I've ever read in my lifetime in this book, and I'm not even kidding. Like, you can see by my tabs that I am genuinely enjoying the writing of this book and the way things are discussed. Like, everything, like health and like addiction, drugs, love, betrayal, and everything is just written so well. But just, I just am not liking the structure of the story, like how it's going. I'm just like, not, I don't know what to feel about it, but let's just see. I am going to finish it right now. 20 pages left. So yeah, wish me luck. Okay, so I finished Daisy Jones and the Six yesterday. I don't know. I'm like conflicted between a 3.75 and a 4, because I did really enjoy this book, but it is not something that I would remember, or like it would stay with me. So I don't know. Probably like if I ever reread this book, or if I ever think about it so much, I can like bump up my rating. But I think for now I'm gonna give this book like a 3.75 stars. It was really good. Like, I really liked reading about these characters. They were a bit irritating, and they made a lot of bad decisions, but I mean, I enjoyed it nonetheless. It was entertaining, and some of the quotes in this book is just so good. Like, you can see by my annotations that I really, really liked the writing of this book. I've said it like 1,000 times in this video, but yeah, I do like the writing of this book so much. Let me see if I can just like read some quotes for you guys. Yeah, this is so cute. It says, "If she knew how often I was thinking about her, she wouldn't feel lonely." Like, if she ever knew that how often I think about her, she would never feel lonely. Wow. Like, there are a lot of good quotes in this book, a lot of good things, and this book really deals with a lot of deep and dark topics. Like, I just think this book just contains everything. And I also know that this is like a series or like a movie. I don't know. Is this a series or something? I'm really excited to watch that. I don't know if it's on Netflix or like where it is. I don't know what I was in the mood for. I was really leaning towards fantasy. It's so windy. I hope you can hear me, and it's not like it's not messing up with the mic. But yeah, I really wanted to read some fantasy, but I after reading this book, I think I was in a mood of kind of like literary fiction kind of books. So the next book that I'm picking is A Man Called Ove by Frederick Bachman. Now I have read one book by Frederick Bachman earlier, that is Bear Town, and I absolutely loved that book. I gave that book like a 5 stars. I really want like more of his writing. I love his writing so much, and I don't know what this book is about, honestly. I just know that this is about like a grumpy man, and it's about, you just follow him around, and I don't know, like, honestly don't know what this book is about. We'll find out once I read it. So yeah, this is the book that we're reading next. Hey, hi guys, it's a few days later and I completely forgot to just like finish off this video. And I read this book like completely. I finished it, and in my like mentally I was done with this video because I was done with the week and I was done with this book. But then I was like, I literally did not update you guys. So here is my update, kind of like my thoughts on this book, because I could have just like left it there and I, could have ignored talking about this book. But you know what this book was? This book was a freaking 6 stars. It's my favorite book. It's my new obsession. I love this book so much. I had like pretty low expectations from this book because it's like a short one. Then I was like, there's no way I would get connected to like an old grumpy man. And I am not into this genre so much. Like, I do not read literary fiction that much. And I really want to. Like, I think that people who read literary fiction are really smart and very empathetic. And I don't know, I love people who read that. And I want to be that person. So I genuinely enjoyed this book so freaking much. Right off the bat, when you start this book, you meet Ove, and you're like, this man is so grumpy. Why does he like behave like that? Why does he hate everyone in like kind of our generation? And why does he think like he's the best at doing everything? But you just spend so much time in his head, and you learn about his life and what has happened to him and what shaped him as a person, like how he is right now. Because he's probably like 59 or something. I really didn't think that I would love being in his point of view and learning how he thinks about things, because of course I am just 20 and I really don't know what a 59-year-old man would think about the things, and how, like, because he has experienced life so much. And when you're 59, there was a quote in this book that literally, like, it would literally stay with me forever. It's like, when you're old, you don't have anything to look forward to. Like, you're not going to think that, oh, I have so much time, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. You would think about the past, about the mistakes you've made, about the people you've met, about your relationships, because at this age you're just constantly thinking about past. And as of like our generation, we complain a lot about like old people living in the past and how they have like this old kind of thinking. But I get it, because they don't have a future to think about, because they know that whatever they could have done is done now, and now they can just like reflect. And it's so interesting. This book broke me into a million pieces and just fixed me at the same time. I don't know how to explain it. I really cannot put it into words about how I felt about this book. I literally like cried reading the last few chapters. If you are taking one thing from this video, you have to read this book. This is literally the best. I would recommend this book to everyone and anyone of any age, any whatever. You have to read this book. Like, you're not even into reading, you have to read this book. I don't care what you are, even if you're not a human, even if you're like an alien watching my video, you have to read this book. So yeah, I really, really loved this book. And oh my god, like, this book really deals about a lot of serious topics. And basically, Ove doesn't want to live now because, like, he's all alone, and he doesn't have a hope to live, because to live you really need a reason. You need people that you love, or probably like a thing that you love to do, a job, a dream, something that you need to live. You cannot just like exist and have nothing to do with your life. So Ove is just like trying to end his life. He's literally like, I'm gonna go and like, you know, end my life. But he finds hope and he finds people and I don't know, I'm not gonna like spoil it for you guys, but it's so beautiful, it's so wholesome, and I love this book so much. Okay, enough said. I love this book. I also finished the book that I was reading on my Kindle, that was The Crash by Frida McFadden, and I actually did not like that book. I gave that book a 2.5 stars. Like, I wouldn't say that I didn't enjoy the book, because there cannot be a book that I would not enjoy that is written by Frida McFadden. If she writes a book, I'm going to enjoy it. But the plot was literally so predictable, and I don't know, I really didn't connect with the characters. I did not like the characters. Like, some things just didn't make sense. I think I could better explain it to you if I were to allowed to give you spoilers, but I would not do that. I actually did not enjoy being in the head of a certain character. It was, I'm forgetting her name. It was Polly. So this was about Tegan. She crashed her car and it was a snowstorm. And she was rescued by this man, and he took her to his home, and there his wife was Polly. And then it was so bad. Like, I actually hated being in Polly's point of view. And then at the end of it, like, the plot twist was really just out of nowhere. I do love that when plot twists are out of nowhere, but then it was so out of nowhere that I was like, there's actually no way you're gonna tell me this and I'm gonna believe you. Like, I enjoyed it, so that's why I gave it like a 2.5. It might have been a 3 stars, but the ending, it was so just not for me. I really just like, what? Like, you could have gone for the most obvious, suspect, and I would have liked it more, but that was so out of nowhere. So yeah, I do not actually like it. But this was a week in my life, and I hope you guys enjoyed reading with me. And if you did, just comment if you want like more vlogs like this and spend a week together. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed watching this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.